Hey everybody, Carl here, and coming at you from Northwest Ohio here on this what's the 9th day of March, and it's a Monday. We got 65 degrees here today. But this Saturday, they say we may have snow, and now that changes. That comes and goes, but that kind of shows you how March can be a mixed bag of marbles. It's crazy. But enough about the weather. I thought we would take a look today, going back to the Zenith, and we're going to look at our last tube. And that's going to be, let's see if I can get this tube right over here. And it's the 50C5, and it's our output tube. It's power tube, and it's a pentode, which means it has 5 different areas that it uses inside the tube. And you got to remember that the heater isn't considered a part. So when we take a look at it on the whiteboard, we'll go over it real quick. Now, I thought I'd make this one kind of a shorter video today, and I know you're probably going, oh, thank goodness. But, yeah, I thought we'd just look at this, and what I wanted you guys to do is, instead of me going into it this time, I want you guys to go in and look up the tube, okay? 50C5. And, read about it, and just kind of get an idea of what it is. And it's good practice to look up tubes. So, and I got a couple things coming down the road. Got some medical stuff that I got to deal with, and that, that's, as we get older, that stuff kind of piles up on us. And I'll tell you more about that later. Another thing I got a piece of driftwood over here that a friend of my girlfriend has, and she wanted to commission me to do a seascape painting on it. So I've gotten stuff to do that. I mean, I've got all my oils, and I got all my acrylics and stuff. So I mean, those supplies, but there's parts of it that I'm going to have to smooth out. So I got some Bondo glass I'm going to fill in, because you don't want lumpy areas, it's great if you're like the 3D person, but when you're trying to do, you want to be able to look at different angles that have the same picture, not, this distorted thing, so. But as that goes along, maybe I'll bring you along on that trip. It should be kind of fun, I think. So, I'll tell you what, without further ado, let's go take a look at this tube, and we'll just get a quick idea of what it is and what it's doing. And like I said, this is going to be a shorty, okay? Alrighty, here we go. Okay, everybody, here we have our 50C5, and it is our output tube. It's at the end of our tube line, and it is a power amplifier. Pretty basic and simple. It's a pentode because it has 5 parts. Now the heaters are not considered part of that. We have the cathode, which is number 1. Number 2 is a control grid. 3 and 4 are the heaters. The 5 pin is not used. 6 is our screen grid, and also above that is our suppressor grid. And then number 7 is our plate, or the anode. Now, one thing I want to mention here, we take a look at number 7, the plate. We come down here in our screen grid, we see that while the plate is 110 volts, the screen grid is 94 volts. And why is that? Well, we have to take one more look. Our suppressor grid is actually a negative, okay? It's a lot lower. And and it is, if you see here, it is attached to the cathode. And what happens is, for most of you that know how a tube works, the heater heats up the cathode. Cathode starts to release electrons, and the release of them are controlled by the control grid. Okay, as they're going through now, they go from negative to positive. So they start shooting up. You have a boost here, a positive boost of 94 volts, and they shoots through that, and then it heads for the 110 volts. Now, this here being negative, the suppressor, what happens is a lot of times when you have a lot of electrons hitting the plate, they might have a tendency to want to bounce off and head back down. Well, because this is negative, it repels them and sends it back up. So you don't have them going down. And that's, I mean, we're talking, this is simple functions of the tube, but that's basically what it does. And I think we can cover a lot more of that, and we'll talk about how it goes, the transformer and the speaker, and what happens through the filtering and all that later on down the road. But I wanted to give us a look at our final tube here. Okay, enough of that. So like I said, I kind of promised that this would be kind of a short one, but I wanted to hit that last tube, and so now we've looked at all the tubes in our Zenith, and then as we get going down the road, we'll go in and we'll start looking at the other parts of the circuit and see how the other components react with the tubes to make it do what it does, to be a radio for us. So, like I said, I'm going to cut it short. I'll be coming back soon, I hope, for us. And like I said, I have some other stuff I'll turn you on to, what's going on with me. Until then, I want to thank everybody. Anytime anybody comes on here and watches, I'm very thankful for that. And I appreciate it. I really appreciate all the support I've gotten over all these years. If you haven't subscribed yet and you kind of like what you're seeing here, go ahead and hit the subscribe. And if you decide, well, I don't think I want this, you can always unsubscribe. As a lot of you know, I do more than just electronics. I do a lot of other things, so you never know what's going to pop up in this crazy channel. It's usually, fun, hopefully a little educational, and makes you think a little bit. So, other than that, I want to say again, thank you everybody. It's so much appreciated, all your support. So until then, I'll be seeing you real soon. Remember, we all have to share this planet. Even in these weird times when you have like diseases going around, that we're still, we still share this place that we live on. So be good, everybody. Take care of one another. Bye now.